Well, at times like these, it just feels good to talk to somebody about how we're feeling, because we all got a feeling some kind of way. We've got Dr. Martha
Yep.
Durham here with us, and I want to talk about kids, since this is kind of our
Yeah.
kids' corner, and the effects that this is having on them. Not like, physically and
Right.
health wise, but mentally. Because in the beginning, you talked about how do we talk to our kids about this and let them take it serious, but without
Right.
freaking them out. Because forever it was like, don't touch, don't get close to that person. No, don't, you can't
Right.
hug grandma. No, you can't actually see grandma. How?
Right.
What is this doing to them?
I'll tell you what, I drove my 14-year-old last night to pick up something at CVS, and I didn't go in. I have an impaired immune system, and I try to do what I'm supposed to do, put my mask on, do whatever. So I let him go in. He was petrified. He's a young person without an impaired immune system who is probably not going to get this. And he was terrified. And I thought, oh my gosh. And I had to talk him off the ledge. I had to say, okay, Bruce, here's a mask. You can take that in. He was scared when he came in. He got a birthday card for his brother because it's his brother's birthday today.
Oh.
And I know, quarantine 13. But he was so scared, and I had to give him hand gel, and then I had to educate him. I think what's happened is at the beginning, we didn't know. We've got a lot of information now, and we need to use that information to safely get back to normal. And so someone like me, if I need to protect myself, I should protect myself. But these people who are healthy, they shouldn't be staying in, including kids, for all these months. It's unhealthy. So what's happening is kids are scared. Some of them are depressed. They're doing the same things that you and I are doing. Like it feels wackadoodle to us. It feels worse to them. I am not opposed to people, neighbors who know each other really well, letting their kids get together. You're quarantining side by side. You're safe. I think it's time to start letting children do more again. I was secretly hoping schools would go back in, and I know no one else, thought that, and I get why they couldn't, but it's hard to be isolated when you're used to your friends and your activities, your clubs, your music, your sports. This is tough.
I'm so worried about the socialization part, because we have a kid that's going from elementary to middle school next year.
Yes.
We all know that's a hard transition anyway. And
It
then
is.
now, because those last couple of months of elementary school, I mean, you grow a lot, you're around people, and now it's like, all right, you've been away from people for
Yes.
months, and now we're about to drop you in one of the craziest places, middle
Yeah.
school. I'm just so worried about the socialization, and are they
Yeah.
used to kind of being withdrawn, and I don't want them to be.
I think sixth grade is going to be especially hard. I think ninth grade is going to be especially hard, because you're right. They didn't get that ramp up and that here's how you do it. It's going to be fine. I don't know if everybody got to tour the next school they're going to. I hope they did. But if you have a naturally anxious kid or a kid who's a little shy, this is going to be tough. I would do the things that I tell when people move to a new place. Go ahead the minute you can and go into those schools, tour them, ask if you can, what are y'all planning? Are you going to let people come in early? Are you going to do something transition for these children? I think it's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah, because keep going.
I was going to say, what about only children? If you're an only child and you're having to be just with your parents, who I know you love, but you've spent these years in school and you've got friends and you have been socializing, it's probably even more devastating. Those kids need to get out and see some friends.
I was going to say, because it's hard when, you're only kid and you're used to being home. And then, that first, couple weeks going back, there's tears and stuff, and they get used to it. And now they're back home. Now they get to get used to it. It's going to be and I know everybody's doing it at the same time, but I'm just so worried about the long-term effects I guess it's going to have.
I don't think everybody's doing it exactly the same at the same time, honestly. And it's one
Clearly,
of the reasons
we have an F.
We have an F. And I get it. Americans are cowboys and we're used to being independent. And I think a lot of people are just packed into all these stores that are open. And so it's just very confusing for kids and for us. It's like, well, why can't that store be open, that small business owner, but that big chain can be open? Everybody's going in there. We're spreading the germs and the numbers really aren't bigger. So it's a very confusing for kids. And I want to say something about homeschooling.
I hate it. I'll say that.
Well,
I'm terrible at it. maybe.
I'm not cut out to be a teacher. You have younger kids than me. I am so fortunate that my kids can work on their own a little bit. If you're having to teach kids and you're working, it's almost impossible. And the anxiety those children are going to have at the beginning of next year when they don't feel ready, or the end of this year where they were doing great in school, and what kind of grades are they going to get? And do their grades mean anything? That's all tough, especially if you're a kid who really cares about your academics, and lots of kids do.
Yeah, because it's hard to keep that, like, you got to keep doing this because there's a grade, but there actually may not be a grade. Actually, I don't know if any of this is even getting looked at. I mean, it's hard to keep that. I'm thankful that this is kind of the end of the year, but I am worried where, they're going to be far behind next year, because when you just have the summer slump is, that 8-12 weeks. I mean, this has been.
I don't want summer. Summer feels to me like perpetual quarantine now. It's like, can we just start school? Can we get into practices? And I do want to give a shout out to teachers, because teachers are trying to help our kids, but their kids are at home and they're trying to manage their kids while managing our kids. It just is a big old mess, y'all.
It is. And I've never appreciated teachers more in my entire life than now, because they are rock stars. So thank you.
They're sad.
Yes, I know they are. They miss their babies too, even like the big babies.
And they can have my babies. If you miss my babies, please take my babies.
Come take my babies. They want to see you. I'll let you.
You can have them.
Monday through Friday. I'll get them back on the weekends.
There's a funny meme that if scientists don't come up with a vaccine soon, that parents will.
Yes, for real. Dr. Martha, as always, we love talking with you. You have great advice. Thank you so much for everything.
Stay strong, people.
Yeah, stay strong.
All right.
Thanks, guys. It's that favorite time of the week. It's time for Magic Monday. Jack, what do you got for us today?
Well, people are getting back to restaurants more. Many are eating outside, but I thought I borrowed a menu from one of the local folks. Again, take a look. There are 3 sections to this: some drinks, some hot dogs and hamburgers, and we got, there's ice cream on that one.
Ooh,
Let's flip this side over, and we've got some Mexican food right there. So you've seen both sides of the menu. It indicates there's a whole lot out there, but you know what? Still, my favorite is this. Let me reach down and see if we can do a little magic. Oh, thank heaven for TV7.
Oh, thank heaven for TV7.
And
Magic word.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good.
Ooh.
A hamburger with a little bit of cheese on it. I believe I can go for that. How about you guys?
Yeah, all Jack, right. Is it gluten-free? I wanted the gluten-free option. Can you reach back in there and get that?
Yeah, well, I can make another one shortly. All right, envelope, you ready? Nothing in the envelope. By the way, go to Jack Roper TV Magic. I upload tricks pretty much all the time, and there are, I think, 11 or 12 on there now. Look at that fancy pen. Don't you love fancy stuff like that?
I love the steel pens.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm going to open the envelope and put the pen in the envelope. You see, well, let me show it one more time on a close-up. There it is. We put that bad boy in there just like that. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sure hope this trick. We could actually seal it, but I don't think should I seal it?
Probably not good during Corona times. Don't do that.
Okay, here, I'll lick the envelope. So let's, again, take a little magic dust.
Oh, thank heaven for TV7.
Magic dust makes a noise, as you can tell. Let's see what we can do here. You ready? Whoops. Do it this way, and gave away the trick. How about that?
Oh.
There you see it. All right, enough of that stuff. That's Magic on a Monday. Should we take a break and recoup?
I think we should take a break and recoup. And I love that you're pushing people to your YouTube channel for Jack Roper Magic. Content on content on content, Mr.
Yeah,
Roper.
Jack Roper TV Magic. Thank you, Jamarcus.
We'll be right back.
Yep.